Hey guys, welcome back to Affordable. Now today's video is going to be focused on Neymar, and finally we have a decision from Neymar, and that is that he's going to be leaving Barcelona this summer to join PSG. Now this morning Neymar went into Barcelona's training facilities to say goodbye to some of his teammates, some of the coaches, and some of the staff. It was not really a long goodbye, it just take a couple of minutes, giving hugs and saying goodbye to a lot of people. After that he went into the Barcelona offices. Now for that I want to take you guys to the official statement that Barcelona gave this morning. The player Neymar, accompanied by his father and his agent, has informed Barcelona this morning of his decision to leave the club in a meeting held at the club's offices. Faced with this position, the club has informed them that they refer to the buyout clause of the extension contract, which as of July 1st totals 222 million euros, which will have to be deposited in its entirety. Furthermore, in reply to the claim of the contract extension bonus, the club has once again made it clear that the amount remains in a deposit with a notary until the case is resolved. The player remains under contract at Barcelona, but with a temporary permission to not to take part of training sessions. So that makes it official. Neymar has decided to leave to PSG. Obviously, there's a lot of things to learn from this statement. One of them has to do with the clause of the contract. Basically, Barcelona wants Neymar to pay the clause of the contract. There's some reports saying that there are going to be some negotiations going on between PSG and Barcelona in the next couple of hours, where PSG might be looking for a transaction between Barcelona and PSG in order for them to avoid paying the clause of the contract. So we will have to wait and see what happens with that. They also talk about the news that I told you guys yesterday about the bonus signing for Neymar's dad, that he was supposed to get paid this past Monday from Barcelona, a total amount of 26 million euros. Again, the club has put the money into a notary, but at the end I feel like Neymar's dad is going to be able to get that money, because if there's not a clause in the contract that says that Neymar has to complete the contract at Barcelona or has to stay in Barcelona for this amount of years, then obviously Neymar's dad is going to be able to get that money. But going back to the buyout clause of the contract, actually a lot of news happened yesterday before this was official. The biggest news was probably that the president of La Liga, Javier Tebas, came out yesterday and said that they will not be accepting any money from PSG for Neymar, alleging that PSG will be breaking fair play financial rules. So that obviously can become a bigger story now that Neymar has made a decision that he's going to leave Barcelona. So we obviously have to wait to see how does that resolve. So now the big question is what is going to happen next. Obviously Barcelona seems to be set to make PSG pay the clause of the contract, but I don't feel like that is the smart move, honestly. I feel like going to negotiations, if they can come out with a player like Verratti, I think that would be a big win for Barcelona. If they can get the money of the clause and on top of that they can get someone like Verratti, I feel like Barcelona will probably end up winning that deal. Now for some of you that not be getting why PSG will give Verratti for free, basically is one that they will be avoiding taxes and the clause of the contract for Neymar, which can go up to around 80 million euros, so they will be avoiding that. Also, there's going to be a lot of issues with FIFA and fair play financial rules that PSG might be breaking if they ended up paying the clause for Neymar. And also it seems to be that Verratti is going to leave the club anyway. It seems to be that they are actually going to transfer the player to Chelsea. So if he's going to end up leaving the club anyways, I don't see why they will not put Verratti into the transfer deal and just stay away from those issues with FIFA, UEFA, and also avoid paying taxes, and also obviously getting Neymar at the end. But if they don't want to add Verratti into the deal, then I feel that Di Maria might be a second option. But if they don't want to add Di Maria neither, then I feel at that point Barcelona should definitely push forward and make PSG pay the clause of the contract and just make them deal with the consequences that might bring for them in the future. Honestly, I feel like the reason why Barcelona fans are so nervous right now is because they just don't trust the front office to make the right move. One, getting a good deal from PSG, and two, finding a good replacement for Neymar. Now the player that Barcelona seems to be going after is Griezmann. Now there have actually been some reports about Griezmann this past couple of weeks. One of the biggest one was that in the beginning it was reported that the clause in the contract of Griezmann was 100 million euros, but now there's some reports saying that actually is not correct, that the clause in the contract is actually 200 million euros, and the reason for this is because Atletico de Madrid cannot sign new players until January of next year. That is why Vitolo, a player that Atletico Madrid signed from Sevilla, is going to play with Las Palmas until January, and then he's going to join Atletico de Madrid. So right now Griezmann's clause is 200 million euros, but that clause is going to be decreased by next year to 100 million euros. But I really don't think that Barcelona has that time to wait. Obviously I feel like Barcelona more than likely is going to push for a transfer between Atletico de Madrid and Barcelona, but if that doesn't work, then probably Dybala is going to be the next player up. Mbappe has some news to come into Barcelona, but that kind of seems to be gone now because of how much will actually cost Barcelona to get Mbappe. So I think it's going to be between Griezmann and Dybala, the player who replaced Neymar in Barcelona. I really do feel that Barcelona should definitely not take too long with this whole Neymar transfer. Even if La Liga can stop Neymar from going to PSG, I feel like you will have a player that, one, doesn't want to play for you. He doesn't want to be in Barcelona. He already told you that he wants to leave. I just feel like that will end up being a bad situation at the end. So hopefully PSG and Barcelona can find a deal and both of them can just move forward and end this whole situation. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please leave a like. If you guys can subscribe to the channel, that means a lot to me. I hope you guys have a great day, guys. Take care, guys. Peace.